My meeting with Brian O'Shea inspired me to visit Cahersiveen on the Ring of Kerry. Here there are some stone forts that may well have been strongholds for my Shea ancestors.
If you go back 2,000 years, we didn't have here in Ireland the same system of cities and towns. You had small family units who built these circular walled areas for their own protection. We'd call them rats or lisses, and they'd have a house there and they'd have an area for keeping their cattle.
I had no idea my Shea Irish ancestors had such a rich and long-standing history.
They were pre-Celtic, they were Belgae or Firbolg, and they were here in Ireland quite a long time before the Celts came, more than 2,500 years ago. They settled in Kerry and later in Cork. About 1308, half the tribe migrated up to Kilkenny and Tipperary and scattered throughout Ireland, and from there all over the world. Very few of them are tall, and usually it's the bone in the thigh that's the short. It's just a characteristic of ours, and most of the family are quite dark in colour, dark haired.
It was inspiring to be in a place that could well have been my forefathers' home. I imagined my short-legged ancestors dancing half naked around a peat fire. Many years ago I hitchhiked round Ireland. On the Ring of Kerry I was picked up by some crusty old farmers. As we drove past Knocknabar Mountain they told me a story. Strange things happen on that mountain. Would have sheepdogs disappear. Find them a couple of days later, all spooked. Never working sheep again. Mountains were sacred to the Celts, the farmers told me, and each mountain had a positive and a negative side, where various rituals were performed. On the positive side of Knocknabar, the Stations of the Cross can now be found, tying Christianity to Celtic traditions. I vowed that one day I would climb Knocknabar and explore the dark side of the mountain. That day had arrived. Well, I can't say anything unusual happened. I didn't come across any lost sheepdogs. But as I approached the last peak, I did come face to face with a black-faced ram. He looked at me as though to say, "What the hell are you doing up here?" I do enjoy climbing mountains, the exertion of reaching the peak, and the sense of accomplishment as you look over vast tracts of landscape from up on high. Well, this is where my Irish journey ends. I hope you've enjoyed the stories. Adios, pilgrims.